Can we match this color exactly using cyan, magenta, and yellow? Let's find out. Let's make this as simple as possible for ourselves. First, let's think about the hue of this. That means, is it orange? Is it yellow? Obviously, it's green. So green is yellow and some blue. And we'll mix those two together. But obviously, it's going to be a lot harder than just this. So what's the difference between this and this? Well, obviously this is super strong. It feels very intense. Those are words that we use to describe saturation. For saturation, we could mix gray into it, we could put white into it and black, but we could also cancel out our color, moving it across the color wheel to the other side through the gray in the middle. And the opposite of red is green. And this is magenta, it's not just red. So if I want to make it more red, I'm going to have to add more yellow. Much more desaturated. Let's put this over here. Now, the final component of this is value. Hue, saturation, and value. Value is how light or how dark something is on a grayscale. So obviously this is much darker. We can brighten that up by putting white into it, but white also desaturates. We can also mix yellow into it because yellow is brighter than this, so it's going to raise the value, and it's also more saturated, so it's going to raise the saturation as well. And there we go, that's pretty close to this. Still have quite a ways to go. This feels very bronze, and that might be more of a feeling than an exact statement, but bronze is orange, so we can make orange, magenta, and yellow, a little bit of that blue to make it more green. Okay, so gray, certainly too dark. Even just a little bit too much of this pigment changes our mix because it's so strong. You might have heard of CMY as an alternative set of primaries versus the traditional red, blue, and yellow. But if you're painting portraits, humans are mud-colored, earth tones, browns, yellows, oranges. The vast majority of colors that you end up mixing from these are the same as the ones that you could hit in your red, blue, and yellow palette. The difference is you just spend a lot of extra time mixing from these ultra-saturated palettes. So it depends on what you're mixing, but a lot of people sell it as a cure-all, but it just doesn't make sense. It just feels like trying to carve a fine marble sculpture with a sledgehammer and a shotgun. It's so strong. I have to switch to a very soft brush and mix up more paint because even the tiny brush strokes that my bristle brush leaves behind are catching the light and it's changing what the color looks like. I mean, it is the tiniest change ever. And that has to do with the angle that you're looking at it too, because oil paint has a different level of reflectiveness than this card. But I think I'm very happy with that. There we go. It's so subtle, and you can see how many tries this one took me. I am pretty much out of space there.